Hi everyone, I'm JD, welcome back to my channel. Well, as you can see, I have finished making those 10 journals that I had covers for. This was the one that I made in the Make a Junk Journal With Me series. I'll link that all below if you want to check that out. But I did a flip through of this one, and I know I said at the end of the last video that I would try to do videos of me making these, some process videos, but I realized also that at the end of that video I said that these 10 journals would be up in my Etsy, and today I was like, oh my gosh, now I've got to make them all. And I didn't realize that I kind of hadn't left myself that much time to do them. And to be honest, I was all talked out after filming this 3-part video series, and so I just made all of these, nutted them out, and put on some music for some of them. For others, I put on one of my things I like to watch is Lord of the Rings. And I like to watch the commentaries and just have that in the background while I make journals. It's very therapeutic and just enjoyable doing it that way. So I just had a bit of quiet me time, I suppose, making these. But I'll show you the flip through of all of these. They're all different, and that's something I like about these journals, and something I want to show you in this kind of continuation of the series is that even though it's a paper bag journal, it's the same 25 pages folded in half to make 50, which gives 100 front and back. The journals all have their own unique character and theme to them, just depending on what pages you choose and how you arrange them. And yeah, I'll get into that as I show them all, but let me just get these out of the way a bit. How do I do this? We've got a very small table, so I'll link those videos below, like I said, if you missed them and if you wanted to see a flip through of that one. But let's get on to these ones. So this is the other one with the cover the same as the other journal, but just flipped back to front. So that was the front and that was the backs. And in this one I have done, what I wanted to show with this one is there's no artwork in this one, and it's very, very simple, this one. I went for a very simple look. The aim of all of these, again, is to show that you can make a junk journal out of things that you already have, or things that are affordable from op shops or news agencies or the cheap shop. So this one I got from the op shop. I got a whole stack of these papers, and I coffee dyed some. And look at these dark patterns, it's pretty amazing how they came out like that. Coffee dye paper, and I've got this blue lined paper. There were two types, one with this line here and then one that didn't have a line at all. So I've gone for a blue theme for all of these journals as all the covers have blue on them and it's my favourite colour. But just to show, like, this has horizontal lines the way I've put it in the journal. This one's vertical, and there's different heights and widths of the pages. Some have flaps and pockets and things. And just to show, yeah, that this is a pocket, I'll have to double side tape that one to turn it into a pocket. That even with minimal papers and supplies, you can still make a really cool journal with that variety and interest to it still. So I'm just going to do a flip through of one half of each journal since the other half is just the same as the first half. But there is that beautiful paper again, and that is that journal. And then let's do this one next. This is the cover I made in that first video, making the cover, the second cover I made anyway in that video. And this one has some of my artwork with coffee dye paper and more of that blue paper. Sorry about my shadows, by the way. I don't know where best to stand. Anyway, some lined paper, and literally it's just whatever you have on hand. You don't need anything too fancy. You don't need to spend a fortune or anything to make an awesome journal. And I love these journals as they are anyway, because I love the blank slate or the blank canvas for you to just make it your own. And there's that beautiful, it's one of my favorite images. So the next one I'll show you is this set of music themed ones that I've done. And of course, because the covers told me what to put in it, music themed. And they're all slightly different though. This one has some of my artwork, and it's interspersed with coffee dye paper and music paper. Also this music notation paper, which is really cool. I got that from an op shop. Real vintage, and this is a lot of vintage music paper too. Some of it isn't vintage, but a lot of it is some purple paper as well to tie in with the purple in the artworks. More purple paper, and it fits in as well because there is the blue paper here too. And then the middle page, another one of my favorites. These are all in my digital kits in my Etsy if you're interested. I'll leave the buy one get one free, by the way, until Sunday. Let's do that in case people are catching up on the Make a Junk Journal with Me series over the weekend. So if you still want to make the same journal, that is an option. And the paper bags are there too if you're overseas and want the exact same one. This one is pretty similar, I think. We're going for coffee dyed, and it is some of my artwork, but the difference with this one is there's none of that blue paper and no purple paper. So everything else is neutral besides the art pages. Pocket. And there is the middle page. And then this one, that was the middle page, now it's the cover. I have done the music paper again, interspersed with coffee dye paper, and there's that music notation paper again. But this one there's no artwork, and it's all just the neutral colours. And again, this is just to show, again, you don't need fancy papers or anything. And I really quite like the neutral, even more because of that blank slate that it gives you, that blank canvas to make it your own. And there's no fear of covering anything up. So you can stick all your ephemera in there, and not limited in what colours you put in there or how you decorate, because it's a neutral palette. So it says classical melodies, which I thought was cool for the middle page of the signature. And then the last music cover and music theme one, I like this one because it says Sweet Smiles. Has music paper and coffee dye paper mixed with some of that notation paper again. So yeah, this is another neutral one, which I just really like. I don't know why. I guess it's just because of that vintage style, but I am more this tone. I really like this tone. I've seen some beautiful journals created in the light vintage look, and it's just so beautiful, as opposed to grungy, I suppose. And there is the middle page of this one. And then I still had music paper left, and this cover, I really love this cover, and I don't think anyone else does necessarily, because I can understand why, but for me, I just had such a ball making this cover, and it was so fun. And I love the pops of colour. I call this my rainbow paper. It just reminds me of like, or makes me think of like a forest scene, like a magical enchanted forest. Anyway, so it's got some of my artwork here with the music papers from the mixed media kit. But okay, the difference with this one is it's printed single-sided, and I want to show that, yeah, if you don't have coffee dyed paper, it's not a problem. I think some people can be afraid of using white paper in a journal, but I hope this shows that you can still create a really pretty journal, a unique, interesting journal, even when you have white pages. So I haven't used any coffee dye paper in here. it might just look like it because this is vintage music paper, but other than that it's just the art pages and the blue paper, which is just notebook paper. So still really fun look to it. And here is the middle page. So yeah, don't be afraid of using white papers in your mix, in your junk journals. And I particularly like using white papers anyway. I was thinking of making one just of white papers for me, because it just has that fresh slate, and you can just not be limited in any way in choosing colours and how to decorate. Anyway, so this one is, these two are the ones with the trees, and I had so many lovely comments about this one, and so many people liked it and bought this particular mixed image kit. And I was so surprised. I had no idea that people would like it that much, but I'll show you later on the water one as well. That comes in the same kit, but I haven't shown on my channel yet. This one I went for a forest theme, so there's more greens in this one, and the idea being, so again, more foresty look, but also oceans, like a blue ocean forest. But I did 3 of these artworks. One was forest, one was ocean, and one was sky, and I'll show you those when I get to them. Look at that, there's the forest. Actually, I didn't finish, no, I did finish sky, but I didn't scan sky with the drawing. So this is sky, but I did end up doing the drawings, and I did butterflies, birds, and even a unicorn. So I'll have to scan it once it's done as well. The other 2 I've already done, obviously forests you've seen, and then there's ocean, which I'll show you in the next journal. And I love this middle page. I'm not sure if you can see all that detail, but I had fun making this one too. It was a ball. I just loved seeing all the different effects. And here is the last one. So this one, this is the ocean. There's a better shot of that later on, but that is ocean. This one has, again, single-sided pages, so there's white pages and there's no coffee dyed paper in this at all, and I have used just plain straight white paper for this one. Again, just to show there's nothing to be afraid of in using white papers in a journal. I like how it just gives that variety of colours, along with the variety already that's there with the different sizes of the papers. I love it. Just that different look to the pages. There's sky again, some blue paper, lined paper, white paper, art paper. This is actually from one of my own personal notebooks. There were some pages left over, so that's really sentimental to me. I love notebooks. And all of this I got from Resource Rescue. And then there's the trees again, and here is ocean. All little ocean creatures. So that is number 10. Well, let me grab all these journals again. And that was quite an effort making all of these. I hope you like them. Let me know if you have a favourite one. Let me know if you followed along with the Make a Junk Journal With Me series, and if you made a journal with it, and how did you go binding and choosing your pages and everything. And if you'd like to post a photo or anything, feel free to share it in the Willowbound Journals Facebook group. I'll have the link below, and these are all, yeah, like I said, in my Etsy shop. If anyone is interested, it's at a special price of $15, because it's just a thank you for everyone who has followed along with this series, or who has bought one of the kits, or who has just left me such encouraging messages about the series. And I really hope it was helpful. It's kind of like, it was a huge effort and emotional investment into it, I suppose, so I feel like it's time to say goodbye to that journey, and I want to send it off really well. Heads up though, I did end up filming today as well the binding of 3 of these journals, just because I know I've done videos before on binding, but never just the binding strictly by itself. So, and I feel like binding is the #1 thing that terrifies people and intimidates them when it comes to making a journal. That was my story, and I thought if just having this one video on how to bind with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, if that helps even just like, you know, one person feel confident in giving it a go, you know, that's all worth it, because I just love journals and making them and want to see as many people making them as possible. So that video is coming up, and then I managed to film as well a kind of tutorial, I suppose, more process video of how to bind multiple signatures into a hardcover journal. Now that was an effort. I finally did it. And I'll share that as well later on. What else is coming up? I've got to say, because some of you might be wondering, I will be announcing very shortly who won the giveaways for the treasure keeping journal, the sneaky giveaway with the scrap clusters, and oh, the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, of course. Just I want to really, you know, give that 100%, because, and be heartfelt with that, and, you know, pour my heart into it, because it's so meaningful, and I just need to reflect and process this whole journey and everything. I've got a few ideas of things to do, but I just want to nut them out properly and really celebrate and thank you guys and go big, I suppose, with that. So I'm just holding off, and of course with this series and all these other things, I just am gonna hold off until I can give that the space that it deserves, I suppose. And yeah, I just got so many videos and so many ideas rolling around in my head at the moment, but yeah, slowly getting them out. And if there's anything you want to see, let me know. I'm always happy to do a video or share any tips or anything, ask you questions. Again, like I said, I just love journals so much and want to help as many people make them and journal in them, actually. So yes, I've still got to do my March journal prompt as well. Okay, I think that is all. Big send off and big thank you for everyone who joined in with the Make a Junk Journal with Me series. I had fun, and I'm so glad I finally got it done. My goodness, it was a long time coming. I'm so sorry about that delay, but yeah, that's the main thing, is that I hope it was helpful. So thanks guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.